This presentation will be for Company D Preformex. This is for class MT6650, Strategy and Policy, and co-managers include Alex, Holly, and Sonia. Preformex annual revenue trends. There's been consistent increase with revenue trends throughout the year. So you see from years 11 through 17, that's the actual data of the increase in our trends, and we also plan to continue that increase for years 18 and 19. Our annual earnings per share. This graph shows our earnings per share from years 11 through 17 actual data, and it also includes our top two competitors in the industry, which include Express Shoes and A Sold Out Shoes. We did maintain the highest average earnings per share in the industry at $5.18. Our forecast for year 18 and 19 is to continue this increase and maintain the highest average earnings per share. So for year 18, we've forecasted $7.90, year 19, $8.10, which is an increase over year 16 and 17. Our annual return on equity trends. We did end up the second highest average return on equity in the industry with 18%. Express Shoes just edged us out with 18.1%, and you can see on the graph here our return on equity and where we landed every year from year 11 through 17 along with our competitors. We do plan on increasing this in the next 2 years. So for year 18, our return on equity, we want to see 18%, year 19, 19.5%. The next 2 years, our goal is to have the highest average return on equity in the industry. Our year-end stock price trends, we've done exceptionally well compared to the competition, especially in years 16 and 17. As you can see by the graph, we do want to continue this trend in stock price growth in future years. So year 17, our stock price was $134. We plan to increase this to $155 in year 18 and $170 in year 19. Our annual image rating trends. We've included another competitor on this graph who was kind of neck and neck with us sometimes. Clear Cut Footwear, so you can see from year 11 to year 17 where we landed for image rating. We did end up with the highest average image rating in the industry with a 94. Our forecast is to continue having an image rating above 95 to hold the highest average image rating in the industry. Global market share trends. This graph shows our internet sales, wholesale sales, and private label sales. We've done very well with our internet sales. We would like to continue seeing an increase in that, so we forecasted that for years 18 and 19. And then our private label sales from years 16 and 17, we've really entered that market, wanting to be more competitive in that market, so you can see an increase in market share there in the private label. And we want to continue that for year 18 and 19. Our competitive strategy, Preformex competitive strategy is to have a high quality shoe at a competitive price. We want to continue to lead the market by offering high quality and a high SQ rating. That is something that us as co-managers, when we reviewed our decisions every year, talked about SQ rating and always wanting to keep that higher, since that is our strategy. Ensure production and distribution exceeded the estimated demand by a small percentage to ensure stockouts did not occur. Distribution was something we looked at closely to make sure we weren't short anywhere as far as inventory goes, and making sure we didn't have excess inventory at a certain plant as well. Also, we offered sufficient retail support and reasonable delivery time. Production and workforce compensation strategies. different production settings according to plant location. So we had different strategies at different locations. So plants with expensive workforce had option A applied, and option A is an assembly line upgrade to reduce reject rate by 50%. Option D was applied to increase productivity and limit capacity expansion costs. Option D is a facilities upgrade to boost worker productivity by 25%. Workforce compensation strategies, we had competitive compensation, high focus on best practices training, and usage of incentive pay as a way to reduce rejection rate. Strongest competition in the branded market, our strongest competition pretty much throughout the entire simulation from year 11 to year 17 was Express Shoes and a sold out shoes. So Express Shoes was present in all regions. They had competitive pricing, a history of undercutting price. A sold out shoe was a major threat in the internet segment. Lowest sale price, better delivery, and retailer support. Private label market, which we've really gone into the last couple years, year 16, 17, and plan to continue. Express Shoes, again, they're present in all regions in the private label market. And then Clear Cut Footwear, they have lower sale prices in all regions and a high market share in 3. Lessons that we learned, attention must be paid to competition. So are there underserved markets that we could easily penetrate? When we had our team meetings, we always looked at that and what markets we could excel in more, and so we could do better the next year. Questions that we asked ourselves: what strategies are the competition using? Will our strategy continue to beat out their strategy? Some decisions are compounding. Effects of CSR, corporate social responsibility, initiatives were not seen for the first 2 years, but the expense made a negative impact on the bottom line. That is definitely something we learned from, and I feel like we fixed and continue to do better in the future years. Workforce development and pay structures should be closely reviewed each year. Definitely for reject rates, if one plant has a high reject rate, what can we do to decrease that and make it better for the next year? Identifying a strategic approach helped us excel in years 15, 16, and 17. Our strategic approach included a global differentiation strategy. Summary of topics chosen. The above topics were chosen for their ability to capture the overall outcome of the business strategy game. A review of the financial data must be conducted to show how decisions made throughout the game affected the numbers. Further discussion surrounding how strategy evolved helps to paint a more detailed picture of the financial numbers reviewed. Acknowledging tough competition and evaluating lessons learned helps solidify the knowledge gained throughout the BSG simulation. References included the business strategy game. That's where we got all of our numbers from for the graphs that were included in this presentation. Team Performex, we all had a really positive experience with the business strategy game, learned a lot, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.